sooner or later.
Right. Yeah, it does. It does take a while for it to go live.
It used to go live a lot sooner.
Right.
Good morning, everyone. It is
Oh, Jesus
July
Christ.
14th,
No.
2023.
Oh my
And this is
God.
the Ragin to the vlogs.
Yeah, there has to be there has to be better ways of waking up than having like either the fire department or cops banging on your door.
Oh my God, dude, the walls were shaking.
Oh no, because it's like that's I mean, because I had the fire department like constantly like ringing my bell at 7:30 in the morning the other day, and it's like, what the fuck? At first, I was hoping it was Jose's books coming, like being delivered really early,
Early.
and then it's like I look out the window and there's fire trucks everywhere, and I go, oh no.
No, this is like, I swear to you, God, every fucking sheriff in Louisiana must have been bored and decided to come after this single mother next door this morning.
Oh
Like, I
no.
don't know what, like, look, dude, if this doesn't turn out to be some kind of murder or some shit, I swear to
Right.
God, it's
Ugh.
excessive force. I mean, they had our walls shaking. Fucking shit was falling off my walls. My kids were crying over this bullshit.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Yeah, this is not how we want to start our mornings.
No, this is not how you wake up, man. It
Right.
fucking sucks.
Yeah. I mean,
Woo.
we barely want to start our mornings with this.
Yeah, right? I was doing good this morning. I actually
Uh,
woke up just from the vibration on my wrist alarm. It was a
uh,
peaceful wake up that lasted all of 5 seconds. I'm not even
uh,
kidding. Like, I had enough time to start to walk to the bathroom when my kids started screaming, "The cops, what's going on?" They were running
right.
around because we live in a duplex. They had to surround the building, which means there were police officers on at my children's bedroom windows
Oh,
screaming that they were executing a warrant. And it's like, what the fuck?
right.
You ready for
No,
this bullshit, Lage?
absolutely not. But hit it.
Yo, good morning, Daphne.
Good morning. Oh my God. Maybe it's just morning. Hello, morning.
Morning. Oh, shit.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So hello everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Ragin' to the Vlogs show. Welcome everybody. Yeah, quite the one of many harrowing stories for today. So who's joining us in the chat?
Oh my gosh, let's see. So far we got Patrick and Grant Langford. Good morning, guys.
Hello. Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, I don't know. Today is Friday. I keep having to remind myself that it's Friday. It's very muggy here. I mean, it was just stifling. I had to finally break down and turn on the AC in the living room just so that the office can get like at a reasonable level. And
wow.
look, I hate doing that. I was holding out. But like even the birds were like going, yo, turn that shit out. It's like, no, really, Patrick. It's been a long week. It's been a long week. And I feel fine.
Oh shit, dude.
Good morning. And yes, I see you, my precious eyeball people watching us from regions beyond, hopefully under better circumstances than us. Oh, by the way, we have the wrong wallpaper up. I was wondering, it's like, oh, this is
Oh
very
shit, I didn't even get in here early this morning.
there we go. Yes, there we go.
Oh my God, it changed the whole mood and everything.
Yeah.
Look,
Well, you notice I didn't notice because I've been trying to see if I can get Chrome on my desktop to go into dark mode. And I guess it's like I've been looking at everything in dark mode.
Wait,
So
Chrome goes into dark mode?
On mobile it does, but I can't seem to get it to do that on my computer. On my desktop.
There's two places I wish would have dark mode, Chrome and fucking StreamYard.
Yeah. No, it's much better for the eyes than just the regular, because it's like, because this is like, oh, very nice, but it doesn't fit our aesthetic.
We like to wake up.
Yeah, exactly.
The best
need
part of waking up is blue
to wake
light
up
in your face.
It's kind of like how I have to adjust the lighting in my office, so to like make it. Actually, I kind of forgot to do that. It's like, oh, that's why I'm a little tired too, because usually I have the Philips Hue lights on in here, and every yeah, I know, thank you. And it's like I have to every morning. It's like I have to change. I don't know if you noticed here. Ooh, brush fires.
God, dude, that's worse than here. Shit.
Yeah, no, at least it's
we just got bacon over here. Fucking
no, it's like I think that the worst that we have it is the maple syrup fires from Canada a couple like weeks ago. Oh my God, that was so horrible. And it's like, and to think that there are places in California that now they have to deal with that every year. So before we get started, before we get into it, I guess introductions are in order. Everybody seems to be waking up enough right now. So hello everyone. Exactly. It's true. Hello everyone. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I've been self-publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means.
Stay a while and listen.
Oh my goodness, those were the days. And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales. There we go. Yeah, we still have to synchronize ourselves. As I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which thank you everybody who supported the last Tall Tales campaign so I thought, the first full color Tall Tales book. Just to let everybody know that those books will not be coming in until the end of the month. I'm a little disappointed in that, but whatever. I still think I fulfill my campaigns a lot faster than most people, so I think we're good.
Yeah,
exactly. And I am also known for my mature audience's medieval fantasy drama, Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn. We are exactly 3 weeks away from the launch of issue 7. Issue 7 coming back to Kickstarter August 4th. It's like, God, it's like everything is just, it's like already we're on issue 7 and already we're looking at August. I am not liking this. So yes, so links are in the show notes below. The issue 7 is on pre-launch right now, so hit the link in the show notes so that you can hit the notify me button so that you get notified the second the campaign goes live August 4th. And yes, we are going to do a launch party for that. In the meantime, you can read both my comics online at Tall Tales, TAILS online.com and egoworks.com, EGOWORKS. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel, Daphne Lage, that's Lage Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. And to tell you more about it, here's Nita.
Indie Comics Network is Indie Comics Network on YouTube. I produce it somehow. Like there's comics and stuff, and there's a .com too.
There's a what?
It's .com. Got.
And my brain is not ready for this morning.
Yeah, no, I know. It's like, it's like I said, it's been, it's been a long week, and we were saying that since Tuesday. Oh my goodness. So do you have any housekeeping for the peoples today?
Housekeeping would be check out all these books on Kickstarter. Roadkill Rampage is down to the final hours. That's issue 4 from Haslam Productions. Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, issue 7 is in pre-launch, along with Sky of Thorns, Krista Crawford's epic fantasy romance novel. Yeah, if you make sure that if you back both of those, there's going to be some special prizes from Daphne. Right. Also, the Oswald Chronicles, The Light That Attracts, is in pre-launch. That's from our very own J.D. Calderon. Nina Daisy Aberlein has The Lusty Dragon Mistress. That's a not safe for work, a very not safe for work, coming out pretty soon. I think it's still in pre-launch. And
I
that's
think
what I
that
got
launches
right
some
now
nuggets
because
too. Yeah.
like that's what I got right now.
Right.
Like,
And also
God.
for anybody who might be a little confused, Krista Crawford, her campaign for her novels, her romance novels, are launching September 25th, along with Mike Eagle-Raven campaign, Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut. So those are the two campaigns that you will have to support at the same time in order to get a special print that I am doing for both our campaigns. So issue 7 is going to be a standalone in terms of there's no collaboration on it, but Krista is she's promoting her book so far in advance that I have to I just wanted to make sure that that's clarified, that the collaboration is between me and her on Medieval Unicorn Viking.
Yeah, I fucked that all up this morning.
No,
My bad,
that's
lady.
fine.
My
That's
bad.
fine. That's what the links are in the show notes for. Like I said, everything's in pre-launch. So,
but on issue 7, fucking Jaden Lanning.
Oh yeah, Jaden. Yes, we're just.
And it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's So we have we're going to have another variant cover from our very own Jaden Lanning for issue 7, and yeah, it's coming out. You know what? I just it could be just us that likes those covers, and it's just like, what, I need to have these covers each time it doesn't matter, but obviously you guys like it too, so so keep an eye out for that if you want to collect Jaden Lanning's cover.
We live in Louisiana, you think we don't?
Right, yeah, exactly. It's like, and I've had let's see, well, it's Mixum. It's like Mixum's been a little slow, but then again, I did order a lot of books from them this time around. I was a little surprised by the bill, because I have to just kind of like get my back stock back up again. Yeah, and so I did order a lot of books, so I don't know
your back stock, like this whole library.
Yeah, I know, really. It's like, especially with, it's like, and let's remind everybody, in September, the reason why I'm making sure I have good backstock, I will be at Baltimore Comic-Con, September 8th to the 10th at the Baltimore Convention Center in Baltimore, Maryland. If you want to pick up copies of Tall Tales, pick up copies of Eagle-Raven, you will be able to do that. Especially if you collect my furry stuff and you want to collect some rare sketchbooks that I have. That I have left. I don't have many left. So if you want to pick up some rare furry sketchbooks as well, come on over to Baltimore Comic-Con. Check out my table in Artist Alley. When they finally announce the tables, the table setups, I will start telling everybody what table I will be at. But yeah, September 8th to the 10th.
No touchies.
No touchies though. Yes, Baltimore Convention Center, Baltimore, Maryland. So that's why. So I've been preparing for that since.
I'm playing.
Oh, okay. There we go.
New settings. I'm just checking them out.
Yeah. Oh, do they have new settings?
Yeah, I'm just. Oh,
okay. Out. Right. Oh, okay.
Ooh. Oh, that's weird.
That's a weird one. Why would you want to be all the way?
Because it gives us an extra. It'll give us an extra screen. I don't know. You didn't want to get closer to me, Daphne? Come
right. September. We're gonna have a special. Special show live from the office. Live from New York.
Right before Jose yeets me out the apartment.
Right. Yeah. Well. So yeah, that's what was I saying? Oh, I don't know. It's like so yeah.
Baltimore Comic-Con, be there.
Baltimore Comic-Con, be there or be square. So that you can also check out all the Ringo crybabies who didn't get nominated.
Oh my God, is that not some shit? I swear, if you were on my wall and you were crying about not getting nominated for something, please go somewhere else.
I don't know. I thought it was just a very silly thing. To kind of,
I mean, if you get nominated, congratulations. That's fucking awesome.
Right.
Talk about that in both. But these guys that are ruining it for the guys that have a time, like,
I mean, I saw the strangest
post.
I mean, it's like, really, it's like, you wrote 17 paragraphs about this. It's like, bro,
I think I
like,
know. God dang.
I mean,
it's like, yeah, he wrote a
I
novel about
don't
not getting
remember.
nominated.
Yeah,
Now I'm
it's
going to
like,
quit writing this book because
and now
it's
they're
like,
going to end the book because it didn't get nominated. And it's like, going, then why the fuck were you
why the
doing this
fuck?
to begin with?
Obviously to collect trophies.
It's like, it's like, you want a trophy? I mean, here's a trophy. I mean, it's like, I know, it's like, yeah, it's like, I don't know. It was the very strangest thing.
To me, it's
like
very selfish because he's not the only one. There were several people complaining about not being nominated for a Ringo, and it's a Ringo, and I'm like, that's kind of shitty for you to sit there and do this whine and shit. How about you go congratulate the fuckers that were?
Right.
Like,
or how about you congratulate yourself for doing,
creating
as many
something.
books. Yeah, for creating something.
Right.
It's like you're doing the equivalent of getting off the couch. It's like, you're already ahead of the game of a lot of people, and here you are ending your comics career because,
well, no, not his career, this one series, but it's like still it's
but
just
it's like, I don't
but I've seen some that want to give up comics too. It's like, why am I in this? I don't know. Then why?
It's like, I don't know, bro. Why are you?
What like, dude? Calm the
honestly,
fuck down.
Yeah, it's like, honestly, I think that's really a good
That's
question.
it. Next year, we're gonna have a participation trophy for everybody. Fucking yep, there it is. We're gonna fucking hand those bitches out to everybody. You
right? Look, we'll do a little
award look, you participated,
ceremony
princess,
and everything. If
yes,
it makes
we
everybody
will
feel better.
In fact, we could do it this year. You're all winners here, which means
right.
nobody is. Like,
right? Yeah. I mean, I really, it was like, I don't know. It's like, for people to say, it's like, what am I doing this for? It's like, you know what? Yeah. Why are you? It's like, what are you doing this for? If this, look, I honestly, it's like, I didn't even like really know about this award until like a couple of years ago. Like, that's how much I pay attention to this industry at large.
Honestly, Titty Biscuits, I love the name, by the way.
Oh,
I don't give a fuck. To me, it's just a popularity contest along with most awards shows and nominations. So I honestly don't give a fuck. There were many, many, many crowdfunded books that last year that were fucking amazing. A lot of them deserve awards, but it's still a popularity contest.
Well, I mean, it's like, look, because here's the secret with the Ringo Awards.
You can nominate yourself.
I know.
Did you know that? Oh my god!
Yeah, I did, because I asked for the paperwork. I asked for the paperwork, and the only reason I didn't do it,
exactly.
Well, because here's the thing: it's like, the only reason I didn't do it because I had wanted to nominate Eagle Raven Volume 1 for the Ringos, but they needed 7 copies of the book in order, to judge it. And I didn't have 7 copies on hand, which means that I would have had to have ordered more from Mixam. And I really didn't feel like spending $100+ on books just to send them out to people who are probably just going to toss them to the side and not really look at it.
Dude, somebody was trying to say, "Oh, it's like winning a Grammy or an Emmy." No, it's not. That would be an Eisner, bitches.
Right? I would think that it's the Eisners that do, look.
I'm gonna be the most hated fucker in comics by the time this hour's up, Daphne.
Right. Well,
we better change the subject because I get sensitive and not in a good way.
Right. Okay. So let's okay. So here's something that we could use to segue into the topic at hand. So maybe this will help clear the air a bit.
And here they are doing that classic comedy sketch, the telephone pole bit.
Hello, and what's your name?
Mike Eisnowitsky.
Oh, so you're that telephone pole.
Jesus Christ. Where the fuck?
At least give people a different reason to hate us.
Right?
Oh my goodness. So Tuesday morning, my doorbell was ringing very early, around like 7:30 in the morning. because usually by then it's like I would have like had my snooze button, going on my phone like twice already, so I knew it was around 7:30. And like I said, I had thought that maybe, Jose's books had come in. And what I went to do is I grabbed my phone and I went to check my Ring app, because I have the camera. And it wouldn't turn on. And I go, oh, I thought it was like the phone just, screwing up or something.
No, that's when you grab a bat and go to the door.
So then it's like, I went to the window and I saw fire trucks everywhere. And I go, oh no. Because it's like the last time there were fire trucks in my neighborhood, the abandoned house was on fire. So, yeah. So, fire is one of those things that I'm very, very acute of, because, the houses that we live in, they're all connected. Even though supposedly they're all built in a way which was proven
Don't
by...
y'all have brick walls and firewalls in between there?
Yeah,
though?
That's exactly. Yeah, it's all, the houses are all base brick with firewalls. So that's what we learned from the abandoned house, was that it got completely gutted, but it didn't, the only thing that it affected next door was smoke damage.
Right.
But it stayed pretty much contained. So, it's like I got dressed really quick, and then, I ran downstairs, and then I saw that there were people in the back. So it's like, oh, okay, something's going on in the back in the alley.
Right.
So I go over there, and there's like all these, like there's all these, firemen in the back. So I go back there, and then it's like I open up the gate and I go, yo, what's going on? And he goes, oh, garbage truck, knocked over the utility pole. Right. And the guy comes in, the fireman comes in, and he has a pair of clippers. And he goes, yeah, it's like, I just got to, it's like, do you want us to get rid of all these wires? And they're my fucking cable wires. And but this is the funny thing, as he's saying that, he's cutting the wires.
Oh,
do you want me to get rid of these? And I go, what? Don't those work? And he goes, no, I've never seen these cables. These cables are old. I've never seen them work. And I go, they're my cable. I get cable from them. My internet. And then he goes, what? Don't you have internet? And I went to check, and sure enough, everything was down. It's the reason why the Ring app didn't work, because what happened was that the garbage truck hit the utility pole. And which was kind of funny, because I don't know, for the past couple of weeks, like no one's been able to drive in this alley without hitting something. Like our neighbor's garage door got caved in because somebody hit it. Now it's the utility pole.
How narrow is your street?
Look, it's like I've been living here since the 70s. Everyone else has been, all this time everyone's been able to drive through that alley without an incident. And now it's like these past 3 weeks, it's like everyone's trying to do like Grand Theft Auto in the back. I don't know what the fuck they're doing in the back. So the utility pole held all of the cable wires to the houses here, and they ended up knocking offline the entire block. So so everybody left, right? And here's the, so it's like I was sitting here waiting, because like I'm still working in the office. It's like, I was expecting there to be like trucks from Spectrum or something the second everything cleared up, because it's like, you just knocked off an entire block, offline an entire block. And nothing. Quiet. You can hear a pin drop in the back. And I go, that's really strange. So I call up Spectrum, right? That's my cable company. And they say, oh, yeah, there's an outage in your area. I was like, okay, so as long as they know, I'm going to leave it.
Right.
So,
Daphne doesn't live in the hood, Patrick.
And no, I don't. No. We live next to the projects, but it's not the hood. And so it's like, I just do my whole daily routine, taking care of the birds, the cats, and everything, and just cleaning the house a bit or whatnot, getting everything settled. And then I figured, okay, let me finally do some work here. So I open up Clip Studio Paint. I start doing a little work, right? And then so I figured, okay, so everything opens. That should be okay, right?
Right.
do a little bit of work, and then I go to hit save, and all of a sudden pop up that says this option is not available without verification. And I go, what? You know, and I start, you know, it's like, okay, so let me just export the, you know, and I'm like, wait, so I keep trying it again and again, and it's like nothing. It will not let me save my file. So then I try exporting it. Won't let me do that either. You know, exporting the page that I'm working on. Nope. Won't let me do that either. Everything that made Clip Studio Paint functional did not work without verification. Now, here's the thing, though. Before I opened up Clip Studio Paint, I looked it up online. Because I remembered reading something that you couldn't use Clip Studio Paint offline, which is retarded, but, you know, whatever.
Right.
And they said, oh, you know, it's like, oh, it just has limited functionality. It's like, okay, so probably I won't be able to have access to like online assets or the 3D stuff or whatnot. That's fine. So like I said, I opened it up, opened without a problem, opened my file without a problem. I'm, you know, inking in a page. And well, good thing I only got through half a panel before I could save. And that pop-up came up. And for the first time that day, I got tight.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, because not having internet really wasn't an issue for me. It's like, okay, it's like I got plenty of stuff to do. You know, it's like, that's okay. I could wait this out. But then, like, with that one thing.
Well, that's because you're not an AI artist or a clip paste artist. Or
yeah, I know. It's like, now artist. I'm pissed. Now I'm pissed. You know, because, you know, it's like really, it's like you know, nobody wants to believe that they're stuck living in the hood. Not until their family and friends remind them the abandoned crack house two doors down a Hars's telephone pole. You know, funny you should mention that.
Shit. Oh.
You know, because yeah, it was squatters. Supposedly, it was squatters that set the abandoned house on fire. You know, so.
I know I lived in the hood, Patrick.
Yeah, you know, because let's just say I don't have to worry about the fraction of the things that Nita has to worry about in her neighborhood. So, so I was just really, all of a sudden I'm screaming at Clip Studio Paint. Here I was this past couple of weeks singing its praises. Clip Studio Paint, the best program I've ever used, and blah blah blah, had to have the one fatal flaw. And I was pissed. I was so pissed. I was cursing them out on Twitter. Not that they care, but you know what? It's just,
were you tagging them? I hope you were tagging them.
Yes, I was.
Good,
I was tagging them. I added them and everything. The posts are gone now because you know I've moved on. But I was pissed off. You know, because it's like, and then I was reading that this is something that people have been complaining about.
Yeah, because you're not using a free version of anything.
Right, exactly.
You're paying
I paid for this shit. You know, I paid for a hard copy that I have, and then I bought the upgrade to get all the upgrades. You know, and I paid for the year, but for some reason, it's like offline is out of the question. You know, I mean, Adobe, I was able to use offline. Like if I had wanted to like go on and like color some stuff, I could have done that. You know, it's like, so everything else in my process was completely untouched with the entire internet going down, except for Clip Studio Paint. And that's what really made me uptight. Because if I was able to just work in Clip Studio Paint, I would have just like not really cared about the internet being down. It's like, okay, it's going to be a little inconvenient because I can't stream or anything.
Right.
But you know what? I can still get work done. But it's like, really, Clip Studio? I paid for this program twice. And, you know, I can't get on. And every time I try to look for a solution to how do I use Clip Studio Paint offline, all of the instructions, first be online. It's like, motherfucker, that's not what I'm asking.
You can't, not without an upload before while you have internet on the new
exactly.
program.
Yeah, you see, so that's what happened. So everyone kept saying, try a hotspot, get your phone to be a hotspot.
C could have done that. But
which
Daphne
I tried to do. But for some reason, I guess the hotspot that I had on the phone wasn't, well, no, I mean, it's like, look, I ended up spending the day inking. like a savage.
Traditionally. Like a caveman.
You know, I was inking. I have a commission that I'm slowly getting through that I have to ink by hand. So I was doing that. You know, so it's like I tried to use my Haus because it seems that all I needed, I just needed to be online long enough to get the stupid shit to verify, and then I could like at least save the work that I had. Couldn't do that. The hotspot that I had was not strong enough to do it. It just kept, you know, it just kept like cycling out, and it's like, oh, can't verify. And it just got to a point where I just said, fuck it. And I closed the program and lost all my work. But I was gnashing my teeth. I was really fucking gnashing my teeth. And I decided to take it out on Spectrum. So I called Spectrum just to find out like what the status of you know what was going on. And then all of a sudden I noticed that they had removed the whole thing. That's like, oh, before it said, oh, there's an outage in your area. But then they had removed that warning when I went to check, and I go, oh, that's strange. And I thought maybe it was because I was on the website before. So then I called. And then it's like, is there an outage? And they go, oh, no, there's no outage in your area. And I go, the fuck there is. You know, it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, there's a fucking outage. And I went out into the back. The wires were still all on the floor, on the ground, like a fucking rat's nest of wires in the alley. The pole was all, you know, like that. And I took pictures and, you know, and I posted it on Twitter. And it's like, yo, Spectrum, what the fuck? This is what your company decides is restored service, you know? And yeah, I was arguing with everybody on Twitter on Tuesday. So I was going back and forth with Spectrum all day on Tuesday. And it's like, oh, no, it's like it says here that everything's okay. And I go, there's no internet here. I mean, look, I literally got on the phone with tech support who I'm trying to explain, you know, it's like, dude, a truck severed all of our lines. Oh, can you unplug your modem and plug it back in for me? It's like, oh, fuck you. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll do that for you. You know? And like, that was literally my day. Like, I was just like, every couple of hours, I would call back Spectrum just to see, you know, it's like, what the fuck? Why? It's like, oh, no, there's nothing here. There's no escalation. It's like, what do you mean there's no escalation? We have no internet. It's like, oh, do you want a tech to come out? It's like, yeah, you know what? Fuck you. Yeah, I want a tech to come out. So luckily, I was able to get a tech to come out that same night. You know, and so it's like, so there was originally a tech out earlier that day, but he was just like poking at the pole and the wires and wasn't really doing anything from what I could tell. And he was long gone, you know. And then so I got a tech out and he's like going, what the fuck? And I go, that's what I'm trying to tell everybody. You know, and mind you, it's like I knew I wasn't the only one because every time there was a tech, somebody was in the alley, all the neighbors would peek out. You know, and it's like, yeah, it's like, oh, it's like, yo, it's like, oh, it says here that services were served, but there's no service and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, they're talking to the tech. And it's like, no, obviously, because all the wires are here, you know, and the only thing that the guy could figure out was because there was still signal in the wires. It was considered restored service, even though the wires directly to our houses were severed. And it was just like, what the fuck definition is that? So because that's why it wasn't like, and if the previous tech didn't fill out the paperwork online correctly and say like certain magical words, like critical or something, then Spectrum's not going to do anything because it's like, oh, there's no emergency here.
Yeah, there is. I don't have internet, bitches.
You know, right? Exactly. And it's like, yeah, and you know, it's like
watch my kitten videos on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. I wish it was that easy, right? It's like, you know, there was a neighbor complaining, you know, that it's like that she had students she had to turn away because she had no internet access and blah blah. And I said, look, I work from home. What the fuck, you know? And the guy was just like going, well, it's like, you know, I filled out all the paperwork, so hopefully they'll escalate it. Right. And he goes, look, you know, it's like, give it a couple of hours. Usually they'll have trucks out here. You know, the trucks are 24 hours to fix these things. So maybe in the middle of the night, they'll get this fixed. And I go, okay, you know what? I'm going to give it till the morning. You know, if I don't see shit happening in the morning, it's like I go, I'm calling Verizon. And he goes, honestly, I don't blame you. You know, because he was like, he was looking at the wires the entire time, text looking at the wires, like he was looking at cave paintings. It's like, he goes, this is like so archaic. He goes, 8 years ago, they were actually developing real wireless. You know, yeah, I know.
Right.
They were actually they were developing real wireless you know, for these houses. The idea was you would have a pole with, I guess, like a router on the top, and then
Right.
each house would have like a receiver, and then poof, you have internet. No wires, no nothing. But he goes, they canceled the project because the shareholders needed to buy more yachts. And I started
Really?
laughing, and it's like, yeah, that sounds legit. You know, no lies detected.
Accurate.
There.
Seems accurate.
That, you know, it's like, you know,
Yes.
he says there is, he goes, because he goes, cable, you know, he goes, Spectrum, they have the equivalent of fiber, but they're only installing them in new builds. They're not updating the already existing infrastructure with it. You know, so it's like, yeah, because it's easier to, you know, to put in to drop cable in a new building than it is to actually fix infrastructure, apparently.
Huh.
So, but he says, yeah, but he says, look, honestly, it's like, if, you know, if you can move on to another company that can help you, you know, I don't blame you. And it's like, you know, yeah, because in the end, what the tech is going to care, you know?
Right.
So, like I said, I gave it till the next
Because he
morning.
goes home at night to his Verizon wireless
Right,
internet.
probably, most likely, you know, and you know, so you know, like I was looking up some stuff with FiOS and whatnot, and then you know, the next morning I wake up and again you could hear a pin drop outside, nothing going on. And then it's like I call up Spectrum one more time. By this point, it's been 24 hours with no internet whatsoever. You know, I'm fucking pacing, like, even though I have things to do,
crying.
you know, even, yeah, I know, right? Like, you know, and
I was abandoned because we can't use a phone. That would be too fucking weird. I think I've talked to you on the phone twice.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's like like I said, I still have work to do. I still every other program but Clip Studio Paint is working. You know, so it's not like I wasn't, but I was just so incensed at the whole thing. It was like I had one track mind. So I call up Spectrum. I think it was Wednesday morning, and they go, well, it was escalated. But nobody, the only, you know, it's like, but nobody was around to take the call. And I go, what? They literally said that nobody got the call, that it had been escalated, or nobody was available. And it's like, you know, but it has been escalated. But the problem is the poll doesn't belong to us. So it's somebody else that has to do, you know, has to put in the poll. And then once they have the poll up, then we can fix the internet. And what's funny is that I'm not sure if it's a garbage truck or Spectrum back in the alley right now.
No, that's that spicy Latino.
You know, Spaniard. Yeah, my mom would smack everybody for calling us Latinos.
Sorry, Mom.
It's like, we're Spaniards. So you know, so I was just like, okay, all right. So this is how, you know, so they were giving me this whole run around how it's like, if someone else has to put in the poll, and once they put in the poll, but we don't know what's happening. We don't know how long it's going to take. We have no ETA or anything. And I go, okay. And I go, you know what? All right, whatever. So then I look up, go back. I got off the phone with Spectrum. Say, okay, I got to do something. So I look up Verizon again, and then I realized that it's like, oh, you know, what Verizon really wants you to do with FiOS is that they want you to it's like, okay, if you have an account, complete account with them, you know, with your phone and, you know, and internet and whatever, you know, you get a discount on a FiOS. And I go, wait a minute. The last time I was at T-Mobile upgrading my phone, they were trying to sell this thing, you know, a T-Mobile internet, home internet, you know. So I looked it up. And it's like, oh, and in the end, it turned out to be the fastest things. Like I could literally go to the T-Mobile store, pick one up, bring it home the same day, no text, no nothing, no wires. And it's like, okay, you know what? I have a T-Mobile account anyway. Let's go to T-Mobile. So I was there at the door 10 a.m. when they opened. And I wasn't even there for 20 minutes. They signed me up. It's like they gave me the box, and I was asking them a shit ton of questions. It's like, okay, so how much is this a month? $40. How much is the rental of the equipment? It's included. It's $40. And I go, well, how much is the taxes and everything? And they go, it's the $40. It's only $40 extra a month added to your account.
Sold.
And it's like, and I go, really? And he goes, yeah. He goes, not only that, but you actually have a 2-week free trial period. If you bring the thing back within the 2 weeks, it's like nothing happened. It's like it doesn't end up on your account or anything, right? And then I go, okay, well, how much is the activation fee? It's like, well, the activation fee is $30. And like $40. It's like 39 something. So, and then I guess like another associate in the store goes, do you have a T-Mobile account? And I go, yeah. And she goes, you know what? We'll waive the fee. So it's just the $40 added to your account per month. And I go, yeah, gimme, just gimme it. I'm it's like, just gimme. And then here's the kicker. So he's explained to me that it's the 5G and blah, blah, blah. And then I go, okay, well, what if I need more than 5? What if I need, like, what are the tiers, the separate tier? How much extra is the like to get like a more powerful service? And he's looking at me like I have 3 heads. And he goes, that's it. It's 5G. That's it. There is no levels. And I was like, oh, okay. And I go, how's your streaming on it? Do you have anybody here who streams? And it's like, and it's like, can I do like video uploads and shit like that? And he's like going, we do have a couple of people who they stream, they do gaming streams. And he says they've never had a problem. And I go, okay, all right, gimme. So like I said, it took me no more than 20 minutes. Got the thing home, unpacked it. I felt a little bit better. Again, the alley was dead quiet the entire time I was gone. There was nothing going on. So set up the T-Mobile home. That probably took another 20 minutes for me to set up. And it was like I did it on my phone, did it at the app, did it on the app because they showed it to me on the T-Mobile, and poof, I'm back online like nothing happened. All I had to do was just connect it to my router, like literally just put the Ethernet cable in my router. And it's like I didn't have to re-enter any passwords. It was like nothing happened. And not only that, now here's the thing. I just need to ask everybody, do you think my camera signal is clearer? I don't know.
So here's the deal. You're clearer, but you are pausing.
Am I? Okay.
But not bad.
Right.
But you were pausing with the other regardless.
Right. Okay.
So it's no worse. However,
right.
Just
because it feels like
you're clear.
Right. Because it feels like I feel like my signal is clearer. Yeah, no, really. I was
Make it rain, Daphne.
Make it rain. Yeah, exactly. Look, he could have told me it was $100. It's like, here, just give me something. I need to get back online. And so not only did I plug it in, right? So it's working fine. It has this little window that gives me a constant show of what my signal strength is. And it is the first time I have ever seen an excellent signal strength on my internet. Although entire time I was with Spectrum, I never got anything higher than, oh, you're good. You're good. Oh, it's good. Your connection's good. This one, excellent. And everything, like I said, everything logged on like nothing happened. Clip Studio, I was like, oh, we're verified now. Congratulations. It's like, and it was like, that's it. What the thing is though, because I had gotten it so early, I could have streamed. I could have done my regular stream on Wednesday, but I wanted to make sure it really worked first. because I didn't want to go on a stream and then have the shit hiccuping all everywhere. So instead, it's like I did a private stream with Nita, and we were just working, and it's like everything worked fine and whatnot. So it's like, well, at least I have something to talk about, on Friday. So I got online. Once I was online, I could have given a rat's ass about Spectrum. All of a sudden, Spectrum didn't exist anymore. I told Jose, Sunday, we're going to go to the Spectrum store. We're going to throw their shit back at them. We're going to cancel the account. We're done. And it's like, I was able to like wrap up the cable, the excess cable. I just hung it up. I didn't cut anything. I just, hung it up so that it's like behind a buffet so that, it doesn't, it's not sticking out anywhere. I'll deal with it. I'll clean that up later. And I have, so like I said, it's like now it's like my internet's been working, just fine. No hiccups, no nothing. But holy crap, though. I mean, it really does go to show, one, like how much we really do depend being online. Like even just like a normal, like a non-creative person, just how much of our lives are online, because it's like, and two, I really don't like doing a lot of things on my phone, and, like doing like more functional things, like, admin stuff. I hate doing it on my phone. It's like, and I really didn't like not, like not having my computer to do this stuff. But honestly though, if it wasn't for Clip Studio Paint blocking me from actually using their program because I wasn't online, like I mean it would be 5
stars, but now it's 4.5.
Yeah, it's about 4.5. I know that there is a setting
there's a way to do it.
I have to set it up. I have to preset it up.
But you have to do that when you have your internet.
Right. So that I could work offline, but yeah, I needed internet to do that. And considering that's like, look, yesterday they finally put the pole up, they hung the wires up. I think like now they're actually connecting, they're reconnecting everything. So which means that if I had just waited for Spectrum, I wouldn't not have had internet from Tuesday to now. Like probably like I still would have been online.
I can't live that long
if I had to wait for Spectrum to get their shit together. Because the one guy who can escalate shit was sleeping or out of town or something.
He was fishing on that yacht.
Right. Yeah, exactly. He's hanging out with Bob Iger, complaining about the peasants acting up, the peasants being revolting. the peasants are revolting. Why, yes, they are.
Oh my goodness.
But but look, in the end, it's like it was Clip Studio Paint that forced me to realize there was an internet alternative that was significantly less expensive than being on Spectrum. That's the thing. You see, and that's the funny thing too. It's like, yeah, that's what these companies don't understand. I mean, you cannot give people the time to think about things.
No.
I mean, if they had trucks that's Tuesday.
Looking like they were fixing shit.
Yeah, exactly. I probably wouldn't have been as uptight, but I would still have the Clip Studio Paint problem. But no, instead they gave me 24 hours to think about my options. And honestly, I think that and also the thing is too, because like my mother recently, well, not recently, like a couple of years ago, she had gotten Google Fiber, because ironically, companies like Spectrum and Cablevision or whatever the fuck they like to call themselves now, they actively legislate, depending on where they are, to make Google Fiber illegal because they need to hold on to their monopoly.
Right.
So the fact that my mother was able to get Google Fiber was actually very fortuitous, because usually the cable companies are very they legislate very hard. They they lobby very hard. Yeah. No. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I know.
They're
I know.
all the same
They're
fucking
all the
thing.
same. Honestly, they're all the same.
Once upon a time.
Anyway,
Let us old folks tell you about it.
Yeah, exactly. I remember.
Remember dial up.
Oh
no,
Jesus.
let's go even further back than that. Remember bulletin boards?
Yeah, I know, right? You know, we were fighting all back then there too, because they were called flame wars.
Oh my gosh.
You know, but yeah, it was just, you know, yeah. So it's like, so yeah, so I would highly, if there's anything that I would recommend highly, is going to your mobile phone provider and see if they have a wireless internet equivalent. And really just cut the cord from cable.
God, I can't wait till it's available in our area.
You know, because it was so easy for me to set up, and the signal's really, really good. I've never had a signal this good. And it was very easy and no wires. That's the best thing about it. Like from the actual thing, the actual hub thing. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's true. It's true. It just plugs into the wall. The only thing I know, really, I got into a lot of fights.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Back in the day, too. Yeah, there was a lot of shit stirring back then. It's like all it is you just plug it into the outlet, just for it to have power. But everything, and then the only other wire is the Ethernet to the router. That's it.
Then we've got our usual mess: the microphone, the
lights,
the
then
computer,
there's
all that shit. But the fact that you don't have anything coming out the wall to plug in is fucking amazing.
Because that was also the one thing that was kind of stopping me from getting Verizon Fios, is that they would still have to drill a hole in my wall from the outside. They would still need to run a cable, and it's like, you know, it's like, come on, this is the year of our Lord 2023. It's like, really, you're still having to drill holes in houses?
I mean, we're making technological advances everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. But for some reason, when it comes to home internet, they still have to drill holes in houses to get the wires in. And it's like, no, there has to be a better alternative to that. And, like I said,
and there is.
That's it. That's it. And even my mom said Google Fiber is like this little thing that plugs in a corner in her kitchen, and she has internet in her entire apartment. No having to run wires or nothing. You know, so it's like, so
net tip.
Oh, I know, really. No, the tech, the Spectrum tech was telling me how Spectrum
we've come so far.
DSL, and they charge just as much as their regular cable, regular internet access for DSL, which it might as well be dial-up.
We got one of those in our driveway.
Yeah, I know.
Like, for real, I'm not lying, Coral.
Yeah, I know. It's like, can I hook up to your internet so I can get Clip Studio Paint to work?
Bitch.
Fuck. I mean, but it's like, that was, so like I said, it's like, look, but it really did bring home the whole thing, how important it is to be able to still. You see, but even then, though, because, I had the one commission that I was working analog. I'd show it to you, but I can't. It's one of those. And, and I was inking it fine. It's like, my rapidograph still worked. That's for sure. So I had no problem doing that. But anything else after that, it's like, okay, I could have scanned it in. I could have used Photoshop to color it in and that, and the other thing. Like, it's just that Clip Studio Paint had to cock block me, and it was just like, oh, I really do not appreciate this. I really don't, and it was just like, and it's like, and just the thought of like, because right now I'm on page 16 of Eager Raven issue 8. I'm on page 16. So the idea that my pages and all this work that I've done in the last couple of weeks was being technically held hostage by this program because I didn't have internet access. That really had me tight.
Yeah.
You know, and so I have to, like, you know, so right now it's like, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish my page 16, and then I'm going to import all my files so that if anything were to happen, at least I can do it in Photoshop, because Photoshop works fine offline
and saves.
You know,
everything.
So it's like the thought of, you know, so here I was thinking I was going to convert everything to Clip Studio Paint, and I'm like, now I know, I know, really, and now I'm like, no, I'm not getting rid of anything. Forget that, you know, really, it's like, you know, it's like, you know, I'm feeling like Tiger Woods here, telling the bar troll, it's like, no, I'm not divorcing my wife. You're not my number one. You know, that's what I felt like, you know, and it's like, look, and thanks to that, it's like, no, forget it. The wedding's off. Sorry, CSP. I'm gonna have to, you know, you're gonna have to just stick with being my side piece for now.
Wow.
Until you get your shit together.
Speaking of side pieces and cock blocking and all these other fancy terms, look at this technological advance. It has absolutely nothing to do with comics, but I cannot get this shit out of my head.
Oh no.
Oh my God, y'all.
That thing.
A vibrator razor combo.
That is not a combo anybody asked for.
Nobody asked for this, bro.
That is not a combo you want.
I cannot wait for the episode of Snapped. Or the fucking stories of the accidental trips to the ER. How do you explain this shit? Right. Well, I was shaving my legs and got a little horny and decided I needed to get off. Like, but we never asked for this, people.
No,
we never asked for this. We like to keep our toys and our razors separate. It is never a good idea to install
things that need to
razor blades to a dildo.
Unitaskers. Yes.
Yes, this is something you don't multitask.
Yeah, no. There's certain things there's certain appliances you need to have remain unitaskers.
Oh my God, I do. Like, I saw that and I was like, this can't be real. This has to be like the Babylon Bee ad or some shit like that.
Well, here's the
click
thing.
on this shit and it has 6 fucking modes. And the bitch was like, in one of them, they turned it on and it's running. It's like more powerful than the fucking Lilo I have. It's like running across the desk. It's like,
because it's like a vibrator and a razor. You know, it's like, it's like, what could possibly go wrong?
It's like,
but here's the thing,
teddy bear blender combo.
You know, here's the thing, Nita. After the whole thing on Tuesday started, Facebook started giving me all ads for every friggin' internet provider.
Are you talking about my search history, Daphne?
You know, every ad that kept popping up on Facebook since Tuesday morning was all internet providers.
I assure you, Daphne Lage, that my search history and conversations have never involved a multi-tool vibrator. Ever. Not even once. Not even once. Okay?
You know, I mean,
I don't know why the fuck this popped up. Like, I seriously, I thought it was a joke. I'm like, this can't be real.
Combo KFC Taco Bell,
right? It's like the female equivalent of the men's body wash 5-in-1 or some shit.
Good idea in theory.
Oh my gosh, I just still can't get over it. And what the fuck? We don't need that in the shower, man. We have a shower head. Nobody needs this. We never asked for this.
Technically, this would have been a conversation for 2 weeks from now.
Well, whatever. But this is real life time events. Like, this is news,
you know what?
Daphne. This is news.
Facebook ads. This is Facebook ads. I mean, it's like, look,
at their finest.
Yeah, I mean, this is all your technology is snitching on you. You know, it's like, 'cause like I said, all I did was made a phone call to Spectrum, and the next thing, my entire Facebook feed. Verizon, this broadband, that broadband. Hey, you know, it's like, you know, this, that, the other thing, get internet. And right. You know?
Oh my gosh.
You know, it's like, oh, for goodness
I've
sake.
never been made uncomfortable by something sexual before. Even fetishes that are like, to me,
Right.
it's still not like this. I
Yeah,
have never
because
been so uncomfortable in
sharp
my life.
objects like that are not. No, they're not supposed. No,
Like, dude,
vibrating
just
sharp
shaving it's
objects
dangerous enough. But let's
is
go ahead and put like a 6 horsepower fucking vibrator attached to the back of your razor head.
Yeah, exactly.
That just sounds like, you know, like the accidental female circumcision waiting to happen.
Ooh.
Dude, we've nicked that shit, and it's like fucking. But then you're gonna put give it some horsepower.
You slice an artery because you actually turn the shit on while you're shaving.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no, like, how in the fuck? Who thought this was a good idea? Obviously not a woman.
You know,
Obviously it wasn't a woman. You guys don't know what we need.
Right. So moral of the story is don't talk on your phones.
But I haven't even done anything that should have made that pop up.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing.
That's
like, okay, so like I get the Loom shit popping up because I seriously, every time that Loom ad, I've seen it, I've always asked them, well, what does it taste like? Because you're sitting there talking about enhancing your sex life, but you're not enhancing anybody's sex life if you fucking lick them and they taste like chalk, buddy.
Right. Aren't you glad this is the end of the show?
Yeah, we should probably go. Like, and I'm doing this while the fucking house next to me is being raided. So
right,
like,
well, yeah, you know, we're all, you know what it is. It's just, it's like just a lot going on, and you know, your brain is kind of like here's a distraction.
But I seriously couldn't get that out of my mind. Like, I don't know how I didn't dream about that thing last night. Like, I am scared to death of that. Like,
you know,
I don't ever want a vibrator razor combo.
You see, and this is what you miss when you don't have internet. This is what you miss.
I know, right?
Oh my goodness. So any
fuck out of here, Daphne.
Aside
those were my final thoughts.
Okay, there we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, so I want to thank everybody in the chat for putting up with us on this very stupid hour. I don't know. It's like, look, you were expecting anything else? I mean, I don't know. It's like, look, it was savagery for these past couple of days. Absolute savagery. And thank you so much to all my lovely eyeball people watching us from regions beyond. Thank you so much for joining us for this hour and sticking it out to the very end.
Sticking it out.
Oh my goodness. So yes, so moral of the story is definitely I highly recommend T-Mobile home internet. Clip Studio needs to get their shit together, and Adobe's not going anywhere. You know, that's pretty much the long and the short of it. You know, so thank you again for joining us. We will be back Monday with another, hopefully with
whatever the fuck this is.
Yeah, hopefully with an actual comic book centered episode, because I don't think we mentioned comics once.
Hold on, I'll throw a bump real quick. Here, we're gonna make it all about comics, right?
Okay,
right, ready?
Right. Okay.
Time is running out. Get it. That's right. There are 9 hours left to get over to Kickstarter and back Roadkill Rampage.
Oh, there you go.
Into the road trip from hell. And I promise you guys, this one's a great art. So really try to check that out.
Right. There
All
you
right.
go.
Yo, comic books.
So like I said, thank you everybody for joining us. And if you want to learn more about me and my artwork, yes, I do artwork. You wouldn't it's like I do artwork. And you check out my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS. You can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, but I mostly post to Facebook. If you're interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress, updates, and strange advertising because your phone is snitching on you. And remember that you can also check out my videos here on YouTube at my channel, Daphne Lage Art. You can also join me about every Wednesday for my art live streams from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. When I have the internet to do it, but now it shouldn't be a problem. And yes, and everything also simulcast through the Indie Comics Network. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever our shows go live. Also, you can read Eagle Raven, Air the First Unicorn, for free, uploading every day, Monday through Friday. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales, TAILS online.com. And not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, you can catch up on the latest story arc, Tears of the Mother, which is also currently uploading Monday through Friday. Remember, Eagle Raven issue 7 returns to Kickstarter August 4th. So the link is in the show notes below so that you can sign up to get notified when the campaign goes live, so you don't miss out on any first date goodies that I'm going to be having for the campaign. So there you go. So thank you so much, everybody. And in the words of the ancients, because they're being very insistent right now, they're like, oh, come on, it's 6 minutes after. The ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, and do the work. Because when you actually do the work, you don't have to worry about it when your internet goes out, because you still have plenty of work to do. Now, when you actually do the work, you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.